Hello. I know it's been a long time since I've been out here. Just been living life and drinking plenty of water, minding my business. But I wanted to jump on and do a quick video about empaths um, and therapists. Um, I wanted to mention this because I'm an empath and my daughter is an empath as well. And she is needing a therapist. And while I am on the journey to looking for a good therapist that can accommodate our needs as a family, it's been pretty hard because I find that a lot of people have no clue what an empath is. It's so much more than just um, feeling other people's emotions to the point where you feel sorry for them. It's much more broader than that. Being an empath and being empathetic is they're kind of the same thing, but then again they're kind of not the same thing. They have quite a few variants and differences. Empaths, they are something different on all levels. They can pick up, tongue tied there. They can pick up a lot of negative energy as well. Um, and sometimes it can be hard to decipher if they are your emotional energies that you're dealing with or they're the emotional energies of others in your surroundings or just as the collective. Um, Being an empath, it has its differences. It has its ups and downs. I know for my daughter, she's sensitive to sound. Um, what that means is, you know, how the music they play on the movies always goes with the part of the movie scene that they're showing you. You got the scary music, suspenseful music, and then you have the happy music, and then you have the sad music. Well, when she was younger, like say probably about 2, 3-ish, some of the commercials that we had or still have, of course, with the kids that look down or the dogs, you know, that look sad or excuse me, or I didn't mean to say the kids that look down, but the kids that are homeless or needing food to eat. She would just boo hoo. You know, she would really cry. And it would more so be like the music is what kind of latched onto her energy. Well, she picked up on the energy from the music that was playing along with the sorrowful pictures that they were showing on TV. But she was only 2, maybe 2 or 3. You would think that the child wouldn't be able to decipher as much of what they're looking at to the point where they're in tears. Like she's so sensitive to the point where she was like in tears looking at the sad looking animals and some of the sad looking children that were on the TV. So I just wanted to jump on and talk a little bit about that because empaths are something that kind of get looked over nowadays as like you have some type of disorder or something, and that's so not what it is. Not necessarily that you have a disorder. It gets looked at as a maybe what's a good word for it? I can't really find one right now, but it gets looked over for the most part. I don't want most therapists um, don't know what an empath is. Most people, believe it or not, don't know what an empath is. And so I just, my reply to people is to Google it, because empaths come in all shapes, sizes, and forms. They range from different types of things. They range from being intuitive, um, to energies and people, to being psychic, to be what else? It's a wide range of things, and I think the reason why therapists don't probably know too much about it, because it resonates more with spirituality, in my opinion. I'll say that. In my opinion, it resonates more to spirituality, because of the different, of the broad, what do you call it? Of the broad atmosphere of it. It's such a broad subject. You can't just take one thing and place it in an empath box and say that's an empath. It's so much more to an empath. And I won't go into detail about it. I'll leave that to you to research and look into yourself if you don't already know what an empath is, simply because it's so broad and there can be so many meanings to being an empath. For I and my daughter, we are both intuitive and sensitive to energies. We pick up a lot of energies. So therefore, what we're learning to do is set boundaries for ourselves with others, and with different energies that are around the world, so. But yeah, but with that said, I'll leave you with that. Any interest about it, I advise you to research it. If there are any therapists watching as well, I would advise you all as well to research what an empath is, because empaths nowadays are rising up more than you know. I did have one therapist that I spoke with that had a little bit of knowledge on it, and she also told me that she found out that empaths are out here more than we know it, but they've chosen to suppress all of the intuitive wisdom that they get and receive, because they're afraid that they won't be looked at in the right light. So it's sad. And I will say, as an empath, we feel like we don't belong here, because we see so much stuff out in the world that could be went about in a better way, and nothing is seeking to change out things, and we're just going about our regular ways of doing things. So, when someone like us comes about and, sees a better way, we're not always looked at or received in a good light. We're usually normally perceived as being know-it-alls or irrelevant. So, but with that being said, I would advise you to research what an empath is. So when you are in someone's presence who is an empath, you'll be able to recognize it and be able to learn how to actually communicate with them, and you would understand their character a lot more. Okay? So with that being said, I'll end my video here. See you guys later. Toodles.